Okay, nee, nein, wir gehen rüber. Die Hälfte übrigens bleibt. Komm. Komm. Jawohl.
Up, make some pit stop. Came back from being down 1-3. Pack my things up, make some pit stop. Came back from being down 1-3.
How's it going, guys? It's already the end of October. With a blink of an eye, the year 2024 is about to leave us any minute. Just think of it somehow, isn't it crazy that we are living in the year that we used to tell stories about in movies decades ago? It is frightening how time flies. Actually, time passes by with the same speed that it has been running down the highway it has been doing since the start of time. The most scariest part of time is that nobody, literally nobody, can stop it for his own benefits. Basketball coaches will call a timeout to let his own players to catch their breath between turnovers, basically cutting off the tempo of the opponents. The same applies to film directors. If they feel the need to cut the scene and talk about their expectations and certain wish in a particular scenario, they would just pause the whole filmmaking. Unfortunately, life is not a game. No matter how unfair the circumstances are, you just can't shout a timeout out and relax yourself until you're ready to roll the wheels back. The more time you need to regenerate and calm down, the more time you are losing to head back into the game, since everybody else will be sprinting away, expanding the distance between the two of you.
Came back from being down 1-3. Pack my things up, make some pit stop. Came back from being down 1-3.
Due to the characteristic of time, the uncontrollability, we often get the feeling of being chased, hunted down by time. The modern society gives us an obsession of time efficiency, as if being slower than the others is a crime, making us feel guilty for the tempo. I wish I could give you concrete answers about this. Notwithstanding the amount of time and number of thoughts I had about this dilemma, I haven't really come to a conclusion that could possibly satisfy me, touching both surfaces of rationality and emotionality. I find myself encountering different phases in life. Sometimes I ask myself what worth it has to hustle and focus on a certain act, possibly sacrificing the other beautiful aspects of life, just like a racehorse whose side view is completely blinded, forced to look straight ahead towards the goal line, but nothing else. This is the phase where I can be the best of me in terms of achieving my goals and plans, but I do recognize myself being exhausted quickly, often finding myself in an empty, locked room, distancing myself from friends and family in order to silence the distractions.
Sometimes chill on my own, just wanna do me, just wanna doze, just wanna live and see how it goes. And the goals just keep on going, yeah. This life we live is a roll. When there's love in the rave, you know. When there's love in the rave, you know. All inside you, all in the soul.
Then there is this other phase where I question too many things. We are born without possessing nothing, and will eventually dissolve into the earth without a single penny in our pockets. What is the point of strive for more, to possess more things, fame, wealth, and honor. I listened to a TED Talk from a well-known doctor before, who had the chance to witness so many patients who left everything behind and passed away. The doctor quotes that the last words of people who only have a few minutes left in their timeline mostly talks about the ones that they love, family, and friends that they couldn't visit often because of work, goals they were chasing for, which didn't mean a lot to them when the time came for them to leave their life behind. I sometimes get scared thinking about this, most probably because I left home, where I used to belong 7 years ago. I get to see my family once a year, at the most, and I had to manage to paint down my own life on the canvas without them, knowing that they won't be the ones I will be spending time with most of the time. But yeah, this is also a story I want to elaborate in another story, so let me return to my point. As I mentioned previously, we all live with the pressure of limited time. In a rapidly growing society, expanding like the Big Bang Theory, we somehow lost a way of enjoying the joy of existence. To land 2 feet down on the earth, it is a gift, something that we could appreciate.
You know when the calling's calling.
I'm actually sitting in the train this very moment, writing down the script. I feel a ray of sun, a golden drop of it, the warmth, which is quite rare for the Western German weather. Still, I only see people surrounding me, looking down at their mobile phones, probably not noticing the things around us, all the small things we would immensely miss when our time comes to go. I'll be honest with you, I'm not doing better, typewriting the script down on my laptop, so who am I to judge? If you are still watching and listening to my podcast until this very moment, I want you guys to promise me one thing. Pretend being dumb, and the next time you step out of your doorstep, instead of looking down at your own steps, look up into the sky. Just spend a few seconds of your lifetime, and you will see how fast the cloud actually moves. Look at the planes crossing the globe, and imagine yourself being in one of it. Look at the leaves fall down on the ground, and the sun brightening the half of our planet. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it will be such a shame to realize the beauty of living first when we lay on our deathbed in a couple of decades, when we don't have the strength to move our bodies off that bed we are laying on. The funny paradox of life is that we were babies, looking up at the ceiling full of stars and the moon in our childhood room, positively hoping one day to look at the real ones outside, standing on our own feet. Growing up, we faced the harsh reality of life, dealing with tasks after tasks until we're worn out, pulled by the magnet in our beds until the same shit starts all over again the next morning. Walking down the streets on our way to work, to our lectures, we constantly stare down at the ground, counting the infinite steps we take. Maybe I'm just another victim of this dead society. Every single time I look up, it just feels different. I feel alive. I'm not saying we should give up what we are onto at the moment. I also love the grind, and it is a necessity to give our miserable little lives some meaning. I am positive that a lot of us are just having this trust issues of being lazy for a while, since we are in the flow of being something worthy, and I really want you guys to keep up the good work. People say the grass is always greener on the other side. But how the fuck are we supposed to know unless we are actually on the other side? So keep on building your bridge of yours to get to the other side. I'm pretty sure that life will pay you back in whichever way, even when we just find ourselves in a void, just as lost as we were before the move. It's gonna be great. Don't let go of the hope. Still, I want to point out the fact that you are in a race, but only with yourself. Don't panic for being slower than the others. Who gives a fuck about them anyway? Stay on your track. But I hope you guys remember, We have been walking with our own legs, basically our whole lives. They know what they're doing. Trust your steps and let them legs do the work. Look up. There's much more about the sky and life that we don't know about. Thank you guys again for sticking till the end. I'll see you guys again next week. Peace.
I got a feeling it's a good